Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lisa with Mimi's DIY Journey. I am going to show you real quick a journal that I made using Natasha's tutorial over at Treasure Books. I am not going to show you how to make this because she makes it so much better than I do. I did learn a lot in the process of making this. But I will leave a link to her video where she makes this journal. So go over and check her out. She does a marvelous job. But like I said, I learned a lot from making this. So, you know, of course, everything's a learning process. So we learn as we go. And that's what this is a learning journey. So, but I am going to take one of these envelopes and create something else, kind of a spin-off of what she did, but a little bit easier, I suppose, for my talent that I have at this time. So this wallpaper here, I found this at the Dollar Tree. I love butterflies. You guys all know I love butterflies. So I am going to take this wallpaper and I'm going to cover the, I guess, front side of the envelope. And since it's sticky, I don't have to use any glue. So I am just going to cut it down to size, but I kind of wish I had left this just a little bit bigger and folded it over, but it's okay. It still turns out cute. I actually ended up giving this journal to my daughter because she just absolutely loved it. So it's going to come in good use. So I am just going to peel the back off here and stick this down. If you guys hear the TV in the background, my husband is watching a movie and then my niece is watching a movie in the other room. So we have a very lived-in house this weekend. So I just kind of peeled this backing off just a little bit at a time so that I don't get any wrinkles in the wallpaper. So then I'm just going to use my scissors and just trim off the excess. But there again, like I said, I wish I had left it just a little bit longer and folded it over on the sides. But it's okay. Learning. Right, and then I'm just going to I'm going to use my ruler, my metal ruler, because it's kind of thin, just to help me crease this. But I'm just going to fold it in half. I am going to leave just a little bit of space at the flap so that when it folds over and as we put stuff in it, I still have room for it to fold over and tie down. And now I'm just going to use my ruler in that same crease and fold the envelope in the flap and make sure I have it creased really good. So I'm just going to use my big old hole puncher here, and I'm just going to make a notch on the inside here on this pocket, and then this is going to be a pocket as well. So I'm going to put one here. I believe I end up making that one bigger later on. And then making sure the paper's glued down where I punched this out. These are DigiPrints that I purchased from Etsy. I will find the link to those and leave them. That is one thing I have not learned how to make, is my own papers like this. So I did purchase these. Plus they're pretty. It's all blues and greens. So I'm using a couple of those, some like gray paper, and then some coffee stained paper. And I believe I only used 5 sheets because I didn't want it to be too thick. And that's what I'm going to make the little journal. So the paper ended up being the perfect size. So I didn't have to cut like long ways. But height-wise, I believe I did have to cut that down. Sorry, width-wise. Length-wise. Height-wise was okay. The width was a little wide, I believe. So I'm just going to, I always fold my papers one at a time, no matter how many I put in a signature. It just makes it easier for me when it comes to poking the holes. And I know that sounds weird, but it just does. It makes it easier for me. So I'm just putting my papers together. And then I will fold it the opposite way as well to crease them. I'm just making sure that I have 5 papers. Actually, I might have used 10 here on this one. I don't think so. I think it was 5. I'm not going to go back and count. So then I'm just going to clip my papers together so that they don't move on me. And then I'm going to, well, I guess now I'm going to cover the flap. And I'm just using the same cardstock that I used on the inside. I wasn't recording, but I poked my holes in my envelope and then in my paper. So now I'm going to sew them in there. Sometimes I just I'll pause to answer my phone, and then I forget to hit record because I just get so excited about making things. So I decided, instead of tying this on the inside of the signature, that I was going to tie it on the outside of the book. But once I started doing stuff to the outside cover, then I wished I tied it on the inside. So just watch what I do, and then you can make your own decision on what you want to do when you make yours. Then I'm just going to make sure my papers are creased really good. Okay, so this is another DigiPrint that I purchased. I will find the link to this and leave it in the description box below as well. I just love butterflies. So I am going to take this butterfly and I am going to fussy cut all the way around it with my little tiny scissors here. It was just a little difficult for me, but I got it. Alright, so there's the butterfly all cut out, and I am going to glue this to the inside cover of the book. And I'm just going to use my glue stick to do that. It's so pretty. Alright, and I believe this was a DigiPrint too that I printed out on cardstock. And of course I've been holding on to this little piece with the butterfly for the perfect thing. And of course, this is the perfect thing. So I'm just going to ink around the edges, and I am going to just glue this down like a U shape on the back and make a pocket for it. So there, I got excited again and didn't record, but I just took a piece of white cardstock and glued it down, and then another piece of that DigiPrint that I printed out, and I inked around the edges on both of them and then glued both of them down, and then I used my little butterfly stamp, one on each corner. And so here I am just going to trim the edges down to make sure that it fits in that pocket. That brown paper that you see sticking out, that is actually packing paper that came in one of my deliveries. And I started to throw it away, and I was like, no, this will be great to put in journals. So I just used my little cutting machine and cut it all down into little like paper size, I guess. And yeah, what a way to reuse material, I guess. So then I'm just going to make sure that it fits in there, which it does. So same process. I'm just going to clip my papers together, and I am going to, that's my little template that I used to make the first little book. So I'm just going to use it again on this and poke my holes through. Or maybe I don't clip. I did not clip my papers. I was brave. So I'm just going to poke the holes. And I should use, yep, black crochet thread 3 times the length of the pages. And then again, go through the center hole. I didn't explain this on the last time I did it for the main book, but go through the center, come up through one end, go all the way down to the other end, and then back in through the center again. And then you'll make sure that you have one string on each side, and pull it snug, not too tight because you'll rip your pages. And then I tie a knot 3 times, right over left, left over right, right over left again. And then those I'm going to cut down and leave inside the book. I'm not going to have them stick out. And this is the flowers that were on that DigiPrint with the butterfly. So I'm just going to rip my paper down to the size that I want and ink around the edges. And then use my little paper clipper cutter thing, whatever you want to call it, and I'm going to round the edges of both of those. I try not to cut too much out of my videos so that you guys can see all my goofy mistakes. But I try and cut out what's not necessary so that my videos don't turn out 2 hours long. So I'm just going to try and get it as center that I can. And use my glue stick, and then I'm going to glue that down to the front of that little journal. And I used my stamp. Oh, I hope I took a picture of this journal before I gave it to my daughter. But I took my stamps and I stamped found treasures along the way on the front cover there. Okay, so I am going to use more of that wallpaper, and I just stuck it to some cardstock and cut it down so that I could fit it in that back part as a journal card, because that gray color on the back on that cardstock is it's light enough you can write over that. So here I am just poking the hole in the flap. I'm not sure if I show you guys putting the eyelet, and I am not real good at that. Still trying to figure that part out. Sometimes I get them in backwards. But I think I'm gonna show you guys. So I think I actually got it right on this. And I should have put my eyelet in first before I put that little ring on my machine, but it's okay. And then I just squeezed it in there, and yep, I did do it right this time. Sometimes I get my crocodile upside down, and then I have to redo it. And so this is just black ribbon that I don't even know what it came off of. Probably like a sheet set or something. Actually, I think it came off some fabric that I bought at a thrift store. So that is what I am going to use to wrap around it. And this is why I wish I had tied the pages where I tied the little bow on the outside. I wish I'd done it on the inside in the middle of the signature. Because it was just the bow and then this black ribbon. It was just too much. So I think I end up cutting the string down just a little bit on the tie. And then one thing I do is I switch this and do it the other way. Yep, here. And I'm just pulling both strings up all the way, and I'm making sure that those are even. And then I will take, on the back side, a line of glue to glue the ribbon down so that it doesn't move and come out. Because that drives me nuts. So just a little bit of glue and then across the back. And I think this ribbon was long enough to wrap around, like both ends was long enough to wrap around 3 times on this journal, so it made it really cute. Okay, so I just poked a hole towards the top, and I put this little butterfly charm on a bulb pin and just hung that from the top there. I also added some beads at the end of my ribbon. That was a little difficult to get the ribbon tied so that they would not come off. I think I ended up gluing them a little bit as well. I glued some little lace ribbon to the front page, and then I also used some leaf ribbon on this page. The leaf ribbon I either got from Amazon or Temu. I do not remember where I purchased that from. But I do want to say thank you for being here with me today. I really appreciate it. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and select all so that you do not miss any further content from me. Again, thank you. I hope you have a great week, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye.